all of you are putting in the effort. Right? To okay, so if there's something wrong, we discuss it, we find a way to go about it, we agree with each other. I don't think there'll be a problem of insecurity and all those things. You know, it's just I feel the most important thing is communication, right? Yeah. Once you communicate with your partner, you know that he likes this, he doesn't like that, she likes this, she doesn't like this, then you know how to deal with the person. There are lots of people in relationships, but they don't know their partners. Yeah, they are it's just a vibe. Let's go out, let's do this.
It's true. I think just 2 days ago, I saw on TikTok somebody wrote on top, TikTok they write captions on the video. The person said that this current generation is like, we are in the relationship because we just go with the vibe. Yeah, we don't listen.
I think it's because
we don't pay attention
on social media. They see all the romantic stuff and that is all they want. They don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that is why I even said earlier that it's the vision. Because if you are with this person and you know that this person is someone I can build a life with. Yeah. But this time we are not thinking about lifetime. We are thinking about
in the moment.
Enjoy the moment. Go with the flow. And that is the problem. When it happens like that, you are not emotionally invested. Yeah. And you can never be accountable for something that you are not into. Yeah. And
I think now this generation actually is scared. A lot of people are scared to be emotionally vulnerable because of how the other party would react or how.
Are you sure they are scared?
Yes, because in this generation, a lot of people are like, okay, I'm going to the relationship with this kind of mindset that I'm not going to ease up for the guy to trample over me.
I'm not sure it's because of fear. I think it's just because of now selfishness. Like now everybody is just fighting, each man for himself. Now that is what this generation it looks like. That's what we are all doing.
Sometimes previous experiences plus what their friends or people around them go through. So if maybe my friend was very loyal and committed to this guy and she gets a heartbreak, she'll be like, hey, this thing that I'm going into, should I also do this? Will it end the same way? The same applies to the guy. So I think that's what has brought to someone doesn't mean that it will happen to you. That's why we have come to this point where a lot of people go into relationships and they are not even committing because they are scared that if I commit and the other party doesn't, then I lose.
Then that's true.
Yeah. That's why when as a rational human being, right, someone who has the capability to think, you don't let anything at all influence your decisions, right? So if I see a friend having this experience, I should know the factors that influence that particular experience. I don't assume that that's the same thing will happen to me, right? So I should be able to be discerning enough to know that, okay, my relationship is different. The person I'm dating is different. Everybody is different. You get it? So it doesn't cut across that what will work for this person will work for another person. What happens to another person will happen to another person also. So as I said, we all just have to meet halfway and just find a way to agree on things. And I know for most men like to you said men have ego. I understand. Men have ego sometimes, but then when they are in relationships and they are into the lady, they will do anything to make their relationship hold.
Okay.
Once they see that you are putting in effort, once a man sees that, okay, you are putting in effort, you are emotionally available, you support me and all that, I don't think, yes, there might be situations that, some men will definitely not care whether you are, it happens. It happens. But most men, I think, are already accountable. They are just waiting for you guys. We are there. We are waiting for you guys. Once you meet us, we'll be having healthy relationships. That's what I think.
I want to ask this. Why is it that some men, or most men, they chase women, they do all the nice things to get the woman, and after getting her, you relax? It's like you've gotten her, so you've gotten your award. So there's nothing more to do to keep the relationship together.
Mister, I know everything and I understand everything.
I don't know everything. But then
you understand men, so
I understand men. You get it. You see, when it's not only men, it goes both ways. If you are after a lady, let's say usually there are some ladies when after they get married, mostly ladies are chasing the marriage, the ceremony, more than the actual marriage. So once they get that ceremony, after that, they just let go of everything. They don't take care of themselves, look attractive and all that. The same way it goes for some men, that okay, if I'm chasing after something, if I want something so bad, and usually when you make the man wait too long, too long, and then he gets
what is the time frame for too long?
Not necessarily a time frame, but I'm
not talking
sometimes you
about
can
time frame.
stretch.
Yes.
You can stretch the
Why
thing.
would
Like
you make
2-3
someone chase
years.
you for 2-3 years?
Yeah.
Like, what's the essence?
Or
Then,
because of what?
then such a person, after he gets you, sometimes I feel it goes both sides. Both of you have to make the relationship exciting, right? Even after I get you as my woman, as my girlfriend or whatever, there are still things that we can do to excite each other.
Okay.
So I know that's why you people go for the toxic guys, because there's always that excitement. He's unpredictable. He'll do this, he'll do that. Yes, and now most guys are aware of that. So when they are in relationships and then they see that, okay, from the beginning I was committed, but then she's not bringing the same energy. It gets to a time he'll just keep quiet. He wouldn't complain, and then he'll give you that nonchalant attitude. When it gets to that point, just know that it is finished. It's finished, because once, if a guy cares about you, if a guy wants to build a future with you, he will be concerned with what your actions. That doesn't mean he's insecure. Every man wants a good woman for himself, right? I know how I want my woman to be, how I want my woman to present herself in public and all that. So that's why I said the conditions for me to love you are mine. I will tell you how the conditions will favor me so that I can love you properly. But
then also give room for the woman to decide if she can meet those conditions or not.
Yes. So,
but that's one thing that guys fail to do. Sometimes you try to, let's say you want Priscilla, okay, and then it's like you put her in an image, in a box that she already have. Okay. And so you want her to fit into it. I know how I want you see, like when you were talking, I know how I want my woman to be. I know how I want my woman to do that.
It goes both ways.
And
you're actually also going for the man you want.
No, as in,
you are saying that
it's one thing to let the person know before the relationship.
Yeah.
It's another thing to, in the process of the relationship where you have gotten to, let's say 2-3 years, like when you are very much invested in it.
Yeah,
and that's when you want the woman to be something that she's not.
Yeah, I understand.
And
so from the beginning,
like
right? So as two people who are reasonable enough, when you start a relationship, you let each other know your principles, your standards. Okay, this is what I want in my woman. This is what I want in my man. But then most people feel like if I tell you, you fake it. So they don't even want to say that this is how I want my woman to be. But then
how it depends on how you put it.
That's what I'm saying, that if you guys are reasonable enough and you are good at communication, you can actually tell the other person, this is how I would prefer my woman.
But
if you don't like it,
study her before you go in to some extent.
You should.
You would study the woman to some extent before you go in for her.
Honestly, these days we don't even study each other.
They just go in.
These days it's emotions first before we start using. Yeah, you go with the vibes.
Yeah.
So you just go in, and then later we are trying to reason, and it becomes too late.
So I think there should be some kind of communication before you enter.
Communication is always key.
Yes.
You can't get into something that you don't know what you are getting yourself into.
So you should tell the woman what you want her to be or what you are trying. I think
both
some people
should tell each other.
Okay, fine.
The man should tell the woman should tell the man what they want.
Yeah, both people should tell each other what they are expecting of each other, because some people wouldn't want to forgo certain things. Some things are non-negotiable for some people.
Exactly.
So you should let your partner know if it's non-negotiable and I can't give it to you, then
that's
don't
it.
start
That's
it.
why
So you don't enter and then
if you can't compromise, I don't want to enter this relationship, then that's okay. But if you know, okay, I can deal with this, I can compromise, I can give you this and that, then we can go on. But people change.
Exactly.
So it's not even static. As you go on, you study your partner. If there's a change, that's why you have to be attentive in a relationship. You have to know
what causes the change.
We are humans, we change. The only thing that's permanent on earth is change. The only thing that's permanent is change. There's always change. Everybody, today you might be this way, tomorrow you will change. So definitely there are experiences, there are things. Once you are growing up, your maybe your experiences with other people and other thing, you change a bit, right? So once you are attentive in a relationship and you say that no, my woman or my man is now changing, then you have to know how to adjust to that change.
But I think one thing that also causes the change is when something is going on in the relationship and one party doesn't talk about it but keeps it in and reacts with some sort of, so it becomes like you are not as you used to be, but you have problems and you're not saying it.
But I think it all comes down to the communication.
Yes.
If we communicate, you say men are too emotional.
If you build some sort of
routine, if you communicate, you're too emotional. I cleared that. I told you point blank that it is not about communication that makes men emotional, but how you react to situations. You understand? So it is not about communication. If you communicate, then you get to know what your partner wants, how best you can treat your partner and all of that. So if your partner does something and you don't want it, you just tell the person. I think for that, women do it more than men. You do this, I don't like it, I tell you. But men sometimes, most men, they keep it inside and they react, okay, so I'm studying you, this is how you are, okay, so you can do this, then we begin to psych their mind that okay, so she's capable of doing this, instead of confronting her and asking her about the issue.
Men, you tell him he's insecure, and men like to compromise.
No, it depends on how you put it.
No, that's true.
It depends on how you put it.
Yeah.
You understand? So you can't just go comparing a woman to another woman, or okay, I feel like you were like this and now you're changing to this, or you're doing this all of a sudden, and the way you put it makes her feel like, are you feeling insecure or something? But if you
I asked you what kind of women have you been meeting? What kind of men have you been meeting? But it looks like throughout the insecurity is really a big deal for you.
It's not like I'm meeting women who say men are insecure or anything, but it's something that's prevalent right now. People usually say I hear it a lot. When men complain, they usually say a man is insecure. It's everywhere. It's like a stereotype. It's getting it's true. Like usually when men are emotional a bit, like when a man says I don't like this, my woman is doing this, I don't like it, right? They will say you are insecure.
It's not all the time.
The insecurity is the how.
How? So how should we put it?
You can't give a general rule that this is how you should do it.
Yes.
So the person you are with, okay, my lady does not want me to talk to her in a certain way. Or if I find something wrong with something that she's doing, I'm not supposed to say at a particular time. All these things are what some men fail to do.
But why would you consider that as insecurity?
No, see, when it becomes too much,
maybe you become too much when you don't talk about it. When you don't, that's when it becomes too much.
It becomes too much when you don't talk about it.
I told you, as I said, if you are accountable enough, if you are responsible, this issue of insecurity will disappear.
But I don't think women always say guys are not insecure when they bring issues up.
Oh, not always, but most of the time.
No.
Okay. Well, this whole back and forth is going to continue for like God knows when. But then if you just tuned in along the way, we are talking about accountability. Do you think that women are responsible, or you think they are not? Priscilla has said hers.
Yeah.
Mickey has said hers and his. I've said my own. But through and through, what is your take on that? Let us know in the comment section so that we go through it and then get to know what you think about it. Your opinion really matters on this because together we make this thing work. And so if you enjoyed this particular episode, then you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification button. Very important. And tell a friend to tell a friend that your take has always got you. My name is Dulcie, and this has been another episode of Your Take. See you in the next episode.